Welcome to another episode of the Broadway Podcast, guys. We have mobile here at Sandbar with my friend Colin Lucchese. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm doing so good. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Absolutely.
I kind of want to talk about what brought about the Battle of the Beach. You know, for those who are just moving into town and want to know like what's going on locally.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great opportunity.
I'll give you the short version because there's a long and short version.
Okay.
I started this 8 years ago. I counted 12 or 13 new bars on Broadway that popped up in the same year. And I was running volleyball courts in Murfreesboro and Mount Juliet, and I knew the power of sports and community. And kind of had an epiphany, asked a sponsor friend of mine, worked for Stolen Whiskey at the time, or Stolen Rum. And I go, hey, would you want to sponsor a bar volleyball tournament? And she was like, yeah. And the first year, didn't know what the hell I was doing, had 12 bars come out in a bar versus bar setup. I had about 120 people on the board. Next year was 250 people, and then up and up from that. And it's been a wild ride. This year's 36 bars versus each other, and the concept's pretty simple. You sign up your bar and you bring out all your staff. And
hell yeah. And with the growth of downtown and all the new bars opening up, has that been like positively affected you guys? Like as far as like more people coming in to join the team?
More people need community. And you know what? That's a great question. I think in the last like 2 years, I've seen more turnover, especially on Broadway, than I have ever had, being on Broadway for 11 years.
Right.
So ironically, you used to actually see a lot of the same people recycled in different places.
Yeah.
And the caveat to that is now I have 36 teams. There's 5 steakhouses in there that aren't on Broadway, you know what I mean? So it gets like the kind of the cocktail nerds, and it gets I call them pop star bartenders, the volume, you know, in the same place. And the idea again is, you see it in the background, it's the worst volleyball you've ever seen. But
it is kind of bad, but like at the same time, it's fun. We think we're good, you know?
That's the catalyst. The secret sauce is it's competitive enough to where people give a shit enough, and they think it's all about volleyball. It's not all about volleyball.
Yeah.
It's about getting people out here. Everyone's half naked. Everyone's drinking. Everyone's having a good time.
I totally agree, man. Like this is my second year being here. I can say that it's just been like the highlight sometimes for a lot of people's summers.
Yeah.
I wish we can do it more. You know, we talked about yesterday. I wish we could do it more throughout the year.
Yeah.
I think it's a great opportunity to like do something opposed to like just going out and hanging out and just like drinking, you know, to oblivion at any said bar. It's very healthy to just see a lot of people come together and play sports and actually be able to hang out and meet and greet. What are we doing as far as like reaching out to other venues or like new venues that are coming up? Like, are you
yeah,
on the ground with that?
Great question. I call it every year. I actually go up and down Broadway mostly to all the main accounts. Like obviously, my perspective is the bigger the bar, the more people are going to come out regardless. So, for example, Jay Staldeans will come out, and ideally, you guys are going to come out with 15, 20 people.
Yeah.
Antonio. At 15, 20 people, and you're going to be on the sidelines, you're going to be cheering for your teammates.
For
and,
sure,
you know, to me, that's community. You guys are in the trenches together. You know, we're all in the same pot. I call it running the gauntlet, going up and down Broadway. Now it's a formality. Like if I announce on Instagram, like, hey, signups are coming close, like whatever, it usually fills up in a month, which is a great problem to have. But going up and down Broadway does help the foot traffic a lot, especially for the newbies. They're like, oh, what the hell is this? Like, I catch a guy in the morning shift or something like that. But most of the time, 80% of the time, people know. So they'll be like, oh, you're the volleyball guy. And
Dude,
it's messy really quick.
We got so pissed because the weather, if nobody knows about weather in Nashville, the weather here is so unpredictable. It can storm one day, it can be rainy one day, it can be a tornado the next. Having that 2-week break from not being out here, for me, I was like, God, man, like I really want to be out there. I want to like get my feet in the sand. You know, it's finally warm. How did that hurt? Like the weather here, does that really hurt us a lot, you think?
Yeah, it sucks. I essentially structure the tournament. It's a 6-week tournament. I essentially structured 2 rain delay possibilities.
Yeah.
So we already used the first 2 rain delays in the first 2 weeks. So beyond that, and now there's no more cancellation. So for instance, depending on when this podcast comes out, next week's looking a little bleak already. But that can change at any
I say fucking
second.
play, man. Just fucking play.
It can change
dude.
at any second, you know?
Yeah.
Like Bonnaroo this weekend's looking terrible up until I checked the weather 15 minutes ago, and actually looks a lot better than I thought.
I kind of feel like every year Bonnaroo is always rainy. Is it not just me? It's always raining on Bonnaroo, I feel like. Every single year since I've
Every
lived
year
here.
I've gone to Bonnaroo, it has not rained a drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never gone, but I just feel like the weather's
Oh,
always
yeah.
like rainy.
Gotta go.
But I want to kind of like segue off another conversation. A lot of us are bartenders in the industry, right? A lot of us are serving, bartending, or whatever the case may be. We're working off tips. This small detail about this new project you got going on with Tin Life,
Yeah.
and like how is that going to affect us in like the future as far as like saving money, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for asking. So I'm, as of very recently, co-founder of essentially a financial tech catered towards tipped employees.
Yeah.
So to condense this as much as I can, our main goal in the first year is essentially going to say, hey, it's a tip tracker that's attached to your checking account
Yeah.
with smart AI nudging. So it's essentially a financial advisor in your pocket in the most layman's way possible.
Yeah.
Like, personally, from my perspective, like bartenders, we're black and white, ones and zeros kind of people. Like, if it's not in front of us, like we have ADD, it's like
Yeah,
herding
very
cats.
true.
Like it is what it is, and I'm a part of that
Yeah.
that demographic as well. But literally, in the next 6 months, we're about to launch the financial
Okay.
tech and tip tracker and all that. But in the next 6 months, we'd like to integrate, like, when you log onto the app, you're essentially going to see a Venn diagram that
Yeah.
says your checking account, and then it's going to say where that checking account's going. Oh, you have healthcare here, you have 401k here, you have
Right.
rainy day fund here, you have savings account here, whatever
It's
that
like
looks
rocket money for servers.
like rocket money, and it's exactly right. It's a fucking Venn
Yeah,
diagram.
we need it, dude.
We're gonna
Like-
give you picture books and be
Yes.
like, this is where your money's going.
Well, I signed up today.
Thank you. But also, not to cut you off,
No,
but
you're
the
good.
biggest thing, I think the most impactful thing is when you log on the app, it's AI smart nudging. It's
Okay.
gonna say, it's an AI financial advisor. Hey, you're up 5% or 10% from last week. Would you like to put this money away, set it, and forget it?
Yeah.
So every time you log on the app, it's right here. Just say yes.
Yeah.
It's gonna automatically budget for you. And to be honest, I wished I had this 10 years ago.
Dude, if I had that 10 years ago, I would be way better off now than I
Yeah.
ever have been. I think that people don't realize the severities of how to save when you're only on tipped income. And I think it also triggers to like musicians too downtown. They're tipped employees also. I'd love to have a lot more in detailed how we can branch out and like send the information out to the public, because I think once you just start shoving it in their faces, that they'll eventually like come around to it,
Right.
you know? Because everybody's kind of lazy. If it's not a one-click, two-click system, it's almost
I
like
think
impossible.
I think truly why something like this hasn't been done on the scale that we're about to do it at is because no one fucking cares. I don't think anyone
Well, they don't
cares
care enough.
Yeah, they don't care enough in the sense of, I think that the tipped demographic is like the last of the final frontiers when it comes to people. Like, you can capture other people's like data in
Yeah.
the sense of like, how a lot of people are gonna, AI systems can essentially like guess what the regular person's gonna do in any other industry,
Right.
but not the service industry, because it's so chaotic.
Yeah.
Your income varies all the time,
Week
especially
to
when you
week,
make
year to year.
especially when you make $213 an hour.
Yeah.
It varies on the weather. It varies on if there's a lot of events going on downtown. It varies if your market is now oversaturated or not.
Right.
There's a lot of variables, and no one's had enough care of this demographic to really tackle issues like that.
Well, I think more is more always in this scenario. The more people that know about it, the more information that's out there. I think it's beneficial. I think it's very important for people that know how to save, because it's sad when we get to a certain age and we're starting thinking about it a little too late. So like I said, I would love to get some more information. We can use our platform to kind of
Yeah,
share
absolutely.
information as well.
Thank you for asking.
I'm happy to be here, man. It's a great day at
Yeah.
Sandbar. I'm going to wrap it up, but I really appreciate you for being here.
I appreciate
And,
that. I remember we've been talking about this for a while. This
Yeah.
is awesome. We're gonna get a better camera angle next time. So,
Well,
whatever. We'll do
do
different
more.
ones. Who gives, yeah.
Yeah. It's Gen
Have fun
1,
with
but
it,
like
man.
I said, I appreciate it, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're doing
Thanks
great
for
things
having
out here, and I'm always going to support you, so I appreciate it.
Thank you for saying that,
Thank
man.
you.
I appreciate it, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Tyler.
Cheers. Thank you.
This is the life we choose. Life we choose. And honestly, I wouldn't want it